Hey everyone, Tyler here, Tyler Dice Golf. This video is going to be on how and why to take a divot. So I got like 3 questions that came in. How to take a divot with a hybrid, how to take a divot with your irons, how to take a divot with your wedges. And I figured I would just cover all 3 of those in the same video right now. As always, if you see a pop-up that says, do you want to get notified for these videos, hit yes, and you'll get notified. If you like the content I'm giving you, please hit like and share the video. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them at the end, ask them now, and I will answer them at the end of the video. So again, why take a divot, wedges, irons, hybrid, right? So let's just dig right in. Let's talk about the why, right? So let's grab a club, let's grab a golf ball, and let's talk about this. So, when you hit a golf ball, right, your club has to be coming on a downward angle, and we compress the golf ball into the ground, which shoots the golf ball up into the air. The more you can compress the golf ball with the faster swing speed you have, the farther the golf ball will go. That's why when you're playing on really, really firm conditions and you hit down on the ball and you compress it well, the golf ball will seem to go farther normally than it would if you were playing on soft grass with soft conditions and you have the exact same swing. It won't fly as far. Okay, so typically on firmer conditions the ball will fly farther, on softer conditions the ball will fly less. This is part of hitting down the golf ball and compressing it and taking that divot. Okay, the divot comes because we are hitting down the golf ball, right? We are hitting down the golf ball, which means the bottom of our swing arc, right? We're coming down, shallows out somewhere after the golf ball, right? So somewhere after the golf ball. And as it goes down, as your club goes down into the ground and comes back up out of the ground, that is your divot. Now with your wedges, with your irons, you want to make sure that you're almost always taking a divot, okay? In fact, I would always recommend taking a divot the right way at least. You're always hitting down the golf ball, making sure you hit the golf ball first, and the club digs into the ground after that. And if you're doing that, you're going to really help yourself with your ball dynamics, okay? So let's hit a couple, and I'll show you, so we can look at the numbers I have on the board right now. So I'll just hit a couple real quick, and then we'll go from there. So I hit a couple with a wedge here, and then we'll go to an 8 iron, and then we'll go to the hybrid. We kind of just go from there. So let's hit a couple of wedge shots real quick. And I'm just hitting some shots so we can aggregate some data up on the board. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hit a couple of shots with a more shallower angle of attack. I think that one will do it. There we go, yes. So perfect. This last one, 0. So neutral. Really, really shallow. All right, the other ones I had, 4.5, 5, 6, 3.5, somewhere in there on the attack angle, right? And as you can see, let's look at this real quick. Yeah. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, no. So there you go. So if you can tell, let's see if I can do it one more time. That's not showing up well in the numbers. Okay, that's more like what's going to happen. So if you notice on 2 of them, how they had a lot more curve to them, that's going to happen, right? So by having a more neutral angle attack, you're bringing in more curve to the ball flight. Let me bring it to the screen. There you go. So you can see the more bold one curves more this way, right? You can see the other ones that curve more to the left, right? So those curvy ones to the left are become of a more neutral attack angle, so not as much down. And the ones where you are hitting down the golf ball, it's going to be all of these right here. So all of these are going to be your more negative attack angle, hitting down the golf ball. So by hitting down the golf ball, we're actually getting a straighter, more controlled ball flight, which is exactly what we want, which is why you want to take a divot, right? And like I said, I already talked about how to take a divot a little bit, but we can do that a little bit now, more right now. So when you're hitting shots, right, you obviously want to hit the golf ball first. And with your natural swing arc, because we all have a swing arc, right? So we swing, right? See that, the arc that we're swinging on? That arc, right? So that natural arc has a bottom to it. And you want the bottom of that swing arc to be in front of the golf ball. Okay? You want it to be in front of the golf ball. And you do that by essentially you're hitting down the golf ball. You're hitting down the golf ball, and as your club connects with the golf ball and keeps going down, it goes down into the ground past the golf ball, i.e. in front of the golf ball. And that's where we get our downward strike, and that's where you get your divot. There's some problems some people have with that. Some people like to fall back on the golf shot. Some people like to be forward and they fall back. Some people like to go back, forward, and back again. Okay? But when you fall back on the shot, what happens? That swing arc changes, right? So normally it'd be up front, but if you fall back, it changes and it goes behind the golf ball. So people that don't have a very good center and they have a lot of lateral movement in their golf swing, that bottom is going to change a lot. They're going to have a lot of trouble hitting the shot the appropriate way. So you want to make sure that we stay centered and we get to our left side through the shot. Our weight rotates to our left side. As you can see that ball flight there, very, very straight, very, very accurate. That's what we want. When the numbers, so look at our numbers on the screen. Everything looks really good. Okay? So that's what we're talking about here with wedges. Same story with your irons, right? So if I grab a 7-iron here, let's just change up to a 7-iron. With a 7-iron, right? Making sure we're hitting down. I'll hit a couple 7-irons and we'll look at the numbers, right? We'll look at those two. That's fine. On the camera, it's 3.5 degrees and 2.5 degrees down, right? So that's what we're looking for here. So we're having those downward strikes. And those downward strikes help us hit the ball a whole lot straighter, okay? That's what we're looking for here. We're looking for making sure we get to our left side, right? So our weight rotates and shifts to our left side. That way our bottom of our swing is trying to get out in front of the golf ball, which is where we want it. And again, it's very similar again. We switch clubs to a hybrid. Now for me personally, I'm pretty neutral with a hybrid on my attack angle, okay? Okay, I'm pretty neutral. If you look at those numbers from, actually from yesterday, look at those numbers, you'll see that, hey, I'm pretty neutral. So we'll hit a couple for you right now, but that's okay with a hybrid. Some people still like to hit down on them and still take a divot, and that's fine. I'm more neutral. Sorry, first timer of the day, a little fat. And that'll come up positive. Yeah. And so on that one there, so I hit behind it, right? And so what happens is I hit behind the ball, and the mat's going to throw the club up into the air, right? And as it tosses it up into the air, that's where you get your positive attack angle. Whereas if I was on grass, it might still be, it'll probably end up being down because the club won't bounce up, it'll dig down in the ground. Just one more time. There we go. Not bad, right? And so, there we go. Neutral attack angle. So 0, 0, 0. And I can still tell you that I probably still would have took a divot on grass, just because of the speed and everything and whatnot. Or at least would have took the top layer of grass off the ground, from the ground, okay? So, again, this video, how and why we take a divot. A little bit more of a technical video, but that was the question that was asked, okay? So let's check to see if we have any questions. Any questions? No questions today. Fine, no big deal. Hey, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate y'all coming out and watching these videos. If you have any questions after I post this video, go ahead and ask them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them at a later time. So take it easy. Thanks.